Hi, Dr. Randy Grill. This is Dentist Hiring Video 3, and I reviewed the other two sections, and I was a little harsh on my x-ray comment to the dentist that thinks they need x-rays for every tooth. Well, I have to admit I haven't been doing comprehensive dentistry since 1999. I sold my practice, I believe, in 98. Always took a pano and 4 bite wings, and I did a number of class 3 fillings and class 5s without x-rays that at that time were just fine in the standard I was with. My comment should have been, yes, in comprehensive dentistry you need as many x-rays as you can get for the legal system. When you can document with your people and you cannot get a diagnostic x-ray. And one of the things I think I didn't talk about was when I do an x-ray, I actually have to do it illegal on 99% of my patients because I have to usually get around, hold their neck while my assistant positions the Nomad, and I actually have to hold my finger in there if they won't bite me to get a diagnostic x-ray. You could take x-rays, but are they diagnostic? And in my practice, in my clientele, and that's a big thing. I'm in Oklahoma and have been in Kansas. You may have a home that has an incredible amount of AO4s. I've had a couple patients this year where I've had to tell the POAs, listen, they just do not fit this system. They need to go to comprehensive dentistry. In fact, if you look at my x-rays, this is a compromise from the get-go. If a person can get out, then go out. On Medicaid and Medicare, the kids usually don't have much money to play around with, and so even I had a dentist, went over the levels of care, he watched the website. He actually took his mom out at his expense because she was like 89 and an AO4, and why was she in a nursing home? We were just honest about it, but he kept her on the program because I can still do some cleanings, I can do some things, and at some point in time she will slip. We know that at 89, and then limited palliative and emergency care are perfect for her. But just be honest with people and tell the POA it's their decision. What's costing them is their tax dollars. And this is a good way to, if they're going to spend like they are, they might as well spend it on something worthy like this to help the helpless. Going on, digital x-rays, in my experience with how they bite and crush, and even if you have insurance, if you have a sensor crush today, there's a limit, I'm sure, to what your insurance for the sensors will allow. And most of my patients don't have the dexterity, and they're bigger even if you cushion them. If I'm putting in x-rays that are self-developing that are a little bigger than normal x-rays, and most of my patients choke and gag because as we get older the tongue swells. What do you do when a person has swollen ankles? You put TED hose, compression hose on them, you lay them horizontally, and you squirt all the liquid up to the heart. Well, what's the most vascular muscle in the body but the tongue? Hypothyroid thickens it. We know Haldol thickens the tongue, and that's why they don't like to give it, but Resveratrol and all the other psychotropics do too. So those that want these extra tools don't know the people or haven't experienced it enough, and in Oklahoma I cannot let my assistant do that. In fact, I'm probably getting myself in trouble by being honest with you gentlemen. That's why I don't take x-rays. But when I take an x-ray, I know my finger's getting radiated, and I am too. But I care that much. I'm 62. If I were a brand new dentist, I'd be a little hesitant. And that's another thing. Can an old warhorse dentist, male or female, somebody that showed up every day, they're gonna make this switch in 10 hours of study. No big deal. And they've already established their life. I really have doubts in the young dentists that I've hired who are, and it's all about purpose. In fact, one lady dentist that quit said, I'm tired of making chump change. I'm sorry. So, yes, this doesn't pay like an orthodontist or an oral surgeon, um, but it's not behind the times either. So, I'm saying, what is your purpose in life? Is it to, are you just biding time till you can get an associateship? You'll hurt people in this. This is not a place to bide time in. This is a niche where you study, you get with the program, and you help the helpless. And you'll go home at night because you've helped people and you've done everything you can. If you've studied and you know the reality of nursing home dentistry on frail, medically complex, functionally dependent people that have no money, because there are a few people where the kids pay each month to have this insurance or prepaid dentistry, but less than 0.01%. So you're helping the helpless. You go home and your tank is full at the end of the night. Or in private practice, I usually came home drained, but I hit it pretty hard too. So just, if you can make the change, do. One of the things that I just wanted to share, did fillings on an MR, 21-year-old or so. When I started out early, did class 5s, class 3s all over. I mean, I can't even count the number. 2 years later, they're all out. I drilled holes. I've got high-speed equipment, Star Wars, Ron Lamb's recommendation from World Dental Relief. And now I've got big holes. What happened is he's resistive to home care. He loves pop, and I knew this ahead of time, but I was still being, I've got to do, I had a hammer, I saw nails, I got to do those fillings. But what happens is, there's a study in Sweden that you'll read about in Special Care Dentistry, and I couldn't find it to give you the reference to it. But they did a study, and they taught staff, aides, to clean teeth. Spent 6 months at it, and then they let them go, and they rescored the people, and after 6 months, they were just as bad as they were before, and their conclusion was, well, the staff's lazy. That's not true. In America, most of the staff members that are aides, or do like they bless their hearts, or single mothers making $10 to $12 an hour, have no way of knowing your hygienist, have no way of getting the training to keep their teeth. And when they see you, it's only for an emergency. Get it out, doc, and a flipper partial. And so we take people, and no matter how much you train them, how can you have a person take care of somebody better than they take care of themselves? It's just not possible. In other words, we expect them to have the dental attitude of somebody that knows their hygienist's name and goes every 6 months and knows what bass brushing is. No matter how much you train them, if they go in and your loved one or the little one at 6:30 at night says, I'm tired, they're resistive, they won't let them in, you bail out and document it. So it's not the people are lazy, it's we're expecting people to do more than what they can actually do. And I challenge that study. And so this is a great niche. It'll fill your tank. You'll love it. But it can't be, if it's a job, go somewhere else. This is a calling. And if you think you want something that's incredible in life to do with your skill, in fact, from 1968 when I started college to 1998 when I sold my practice was all a preparation for me to understand and connect the dots in geriatric dentistry. Now, I'm not a geriatric dentist because I used to call myself a geriatric dentist. It's not a specialty. It's a mindset. But actually, I'm a dental geriatrician, and the reason why is I'm getting old enough now that people say, yeah, you're a geriatric dentist. That's a funny joke. So, if you want to be a dental geriatrician, connect the dots, have fun and have purpose in life, that it's hard to replace. Believe me, if I lost my partner on the other side of the state, I'd be in real trouble because he gets it, and we've gone through a bucket load of people that thought this would be great, but it was just a way station till they could get a better job.